Hey guys, welcome back. So this is going to be a video on how I lost 5 stone in 6 months. I was debating for a while whether to do this video or not, just because like I'm not fucking a life coach, and also my channel is just more like general entertainment. This is more of like an informative video. But I did a video, I don't know if you saw it, where I was reacting to pictures of me when I was fat. I was doing it for shits and giggles and stuff, but then it started hitting me in the chest a little bit when I was remembering how I felt at the time when the picture was taken, and how shit I felt about myself and the way I looked and stuff. And I know there's probably a lot of people who feel like that, so I thought if I can help people like feel better about themselves, then fucking I'm gonna do it. I don't like the idea of being one of those people who comes out with like, this is what you need to do, like you should do it, like this is how you should be. Like, nah, I just like, this is another one of the reasons why I didn't want to do it, because this is getting wet. This is getting really wet. But the loved ones and stuff who tell me, oh, I'm sick of like not being able to lose weight and stuff, I wish I could lose weight, and I'm just there like, you don't need to lose weight, like you're fucking amazing how you are. But anyways, if you want it, then the information is here for you. So I did tell the story of how I gained weight and stuff, the backstory in the video where I was reacting to the pictures. But if you didn't see it, just a little backstory on how I gained weight. Basically, when I turned 16, I started working in a pizza shop. For the first 6 months it was alright. Like I was getting paid properly and stuff, but then the pizza shop started going downhill and I stopped getting paid properly. My idea of getting the most out of it, and my idea of like getting like paying myself, was to just eat as much of the food as I could. So every time I could, I would make myself something to eat. If there was like a break or whatever, or the shop was quiet, I would make myself something to eat, usually a large massive pizza, and just scran a lot. I always had the metabolism where I could just eat whatever I wanted and not gain any weight. But then once I started eating all this shit and trying, like, because I was raised, this video is a fucking mess already. I was raised to like not waste food, and I remember just like sitting there and scranning this food and just being like so full, but thinking I want to fucking eat all of it, so I would just ram it in. And I was always a big eater anyway, but I would eat like ridiculous amounts of food in that shop, so I ended up piling on a load of weight and looking like this. And honestly, while it was happening, I wasn't even that bothered about it, because I'd always been a skinny kid. I thought, I don't even care that I'm putting weight on, let's just see what it's like to be a bit chubbier for a bit. I ended up being like overly chubby and being 17 stone. Went on holiday with a few of my friends and we were sitting by the pool. I was like 17 stone. They were all like into the gym and stuff, and they were able to just sit around the pool without feeling paranoid, with their tops off, and go in the pool and stuff. I was sat there with like a t-shirt on in 40-degree heat, feeling paranoid as fuck, sweating, and it just wasn't a good feeling. So that was one of the things. Another one of the things was, there was a festival in my town, and there was a big like one of those claw rides, and I went to get on it, and they tried to push the bar down to like hold me in, and I'm like 6'1" as well, 6'2" in the right trainers. They had to push it so far down, and the light comes on when it's like down far enough. They couldn't push it down far enough for the light to come on, so they couldn't start the ride unless I got off. And there was just a few other reasons as well. Also for the weight gain, like this video is all over the place. I usually take notes of something, but I didn't do this, just doing it off the cuff. As I was gaining weight, there was also other reasons why I gained weight. I wasn't just like trying to get my money's worth out of the shop, I was also comfort eating, because I was like depressed and stuff. I thought I would mention that, because people gain weight for a lot of different reasons. In this moment when I decided that I wanted to turn it round, I became like really determined to do it. Like when I've got something in my brain, I always end up doing it, or at least coming close to it, because I'm just like obsessive over it. So I had these images in my head of what I wanted to look like, and I just started taking steps every day to try and make myself look like that and just feel better as well, because I didn't feel good. I was like sweating all the time, I was tired all the time, and I just felt like heavy and stuff, because I put the weight on over the space of about a year. I just went all the way up in a year, and then I kind of just came all the way back down in 6 months again. The things that I started off doing were not good, because they were fad diets, and really fucking stupid ones. Like I think the first one I did was the ice cube diet. These were all things that I looked up on Google and stuff, like how to lose weight dead fast and stuff like that. Eating ice cubes for every meal, so it was basically just a water diet, but the crunching of the ice was supposed to make your body feel like it's eating something. Stuck to that for like 4 days, and then just stuffed my face with food, because if you do fad diets like that, your body goes into like starvation mode. It's like a survival tactic thing, and it's like, shit, like he's not eating right. So the next time you eat, your body's like, right, we need to store these calories to like make sure if that happens again, then he's going to survive with the fat that we put on. And there was a lot of other fad diets that I tried that didn't turn out great. So I always ended up losing like a couple of pounds and then putting like more on than how I'd started off. I had to do all my own research and learn the best way to do it, like for the long run, and how to get down to the weight I wanted to be and then keep it off as well. I would also do these little tricks that I'd learned along the way, where I would do things like sit in front of a mirror naked and like watch myself eating my food to try and shame myself into like not eating it. I also put a picture of my naked self and a picture of what I wanted to look like on my fridge, so that every time I went to the fridge I like chose something healthy. These are all like very obsessive, like eating disorder types of ways of doing this, so I wouldn't suggest doing any of that, but that's just things that I tried. People always think that losing weight is going to be expensive, you need to buy special foods, you need to join the gym, or you need to get a personal trainer, but I didn't have any of that when I lost the majority of the weight. It wasn't until the end of my weight loss till I started the gym. I would literally be itching for my parents to go out so I could just get in the living room and like bust out a couple of dances on Just Dance and stuff, and I would just proper go for it. And also I would walk from my town to my dad's town, which was like 8 miles away, and I would just properly power walk it. But one thing that I learned is losing weight is 80% what you eat and 20% exercise. So it's the majority of losing weight was the diet for me, and just doing little bits of exercise here and there whenever I had time or whenever I wanted to. Here comes the weight loss part and what I actually did that actually worked, and what's a good meal plan if you want to lose weight. And I'm going to keep it as simple as possible, because I used to search for like nutrition videos and like weight loss videos and stuff, and I used to click on videos and it used to be so fucking complicated. Like, you need this much carbs, this many grams of fucking carbs, this many grams of like sodium, work out, do this many reps of this exercise, and then do so many reps. All I wanted was fucking a simple answer of what to eat for breakfast, dinner and tea to lose weight. I started to do a lot of research, just let my body like tell me like if it was working for me or not. And also a big thing that helped me out was my auntie was doing Slimming World, and she gave me advice on things that were sin-free, which means they've got no fat in. Like, if you're not familiar with Slimming World, sin-free things have got no fat in, so you can eat as many of them as you want and you'll never gain weight. And it was things that I never suspected would be okay to eat on a diet. But I'm gonna go and get some of the foods that I ate that helped me lose weight, and I'm gonna show you them. Okay, BRB. Okay, I've got a few of the foods that I ate all throughout my diet times that really worked for me. I'm not sponsored by any of these foods or any of the brands or anything like this. This is just like what I ate, so yeah. So I'm just gonna show you this now. Breakfast. I've shredded wheat. Like, shredded wheat is really good because it's healthy. It's got a lot of fibre and things in. See, I still don't even know like the nutritional facts about this stuff, but I know that it works. I know that it's good for you. This is like just shredded wheat in bite-sized things with the green top milk, which is skimmed milk, and I will have it with a banana. It does have a little bit of fat in it, but for your breakfast you don't want to be fat free for your breakfast, because it'll just make you hungry throughout the rest of the day if you don't get a little bit of fat for your breakfast. So that's what I would have for my breakfast. Or alternatively, multi-seed bread, brown bread, because white bread is just full of sugar. Brown bread is the way forward. Beans on toast. Although it's like a tinned thing, you wouldn't think that tinned baked beans would be okay, but they've got 0.6 grams of fat in them. Just 2 slices of toast with a tin of beans, or like a bowl of cereal with the banana. That's what I would have for my breakfast. For my dinner, I would have boiled white rice and grilled turkey. If you're a vegan, don't really know about alternatives for that, you could probably look it up, but I would have boiled rice, grilled turkey with soy sauce. The rice is okay. The grilled turkey, as long as it's got any visible fat cut off, is like basically fat free, and it's got a lot of protein in as well, which is good. Also soy sauce, as long as you don't go overboard with it, it's got a lot of sodium in, but it just gives it flavour and makes you want to eat it. And I honestly like lived off boiled rice and grilled turkey and soy sauce for a long time. And I would also, if I was feeling extra healthy and green, I would shove a few like spinach leaves or something on there as well and just munch that. For tea, I don't have them with me, but I would typically have some either mash or like chips made with fry light. You would cut the potatoes into chips, boil them for 5 minutes, and then take them out, drain them out, spray it with fry light and put them in the oven, and they come out as like really nice chips. I would have that with some meat and a tin of mushy peas or something like that with a bit of gravy on top. Gravy is like really fattening, it's full of sugar and salt, but if you make your own gravy with OXO cubes and some Smash, I've got the Smash in there. Smash, right? I would put the OXO in boiling water, so it was just like a watery OXO drink, like in a cup, and then I would add some Smash, and this just thickens it up and turns it into a nice gravy. It doesn't taste exactly like gravy, but you get used to like bland foods the more you eat them. So I would suggest maybe, I don't know, like one day of like eating very light and just drinking a lot of water just to like cleanse your palate, so that when you start eating this type of food, it tastes like flavoursome. Like, it's pretty similar to when I stopped smoking and started vaping. Like, when I stopped smoking, I tried so many times to stop, and every time I did try, it just didn't work. And then I got this really bad chest infection, I couldn't even breathe, and I didn't smoke for a full 2 days. And I always thought that a vape would be like too weak for me, going from like cigarettes to a vape. But because I hadn't had it for 2 days and then I went onto the vape, it was like strong enough to like satisfy me. So it's kind of like that, I suppose. So if you're gonna start the diet, maybe eat light the day before, or like do a little cleanse or something. I have the chips the same way, with some skinless and boneless fish. I just got these from Iceland. I would have maybe like 2 or 3 of them with some chips and a tin of mushy peas. That's one of my favourite meals that I still have now. Yeah, these were a lot of meals that I ate while I was losing weight, and I just basically lived on this stuff. Frozen vegetables. I remember one day when I'd decided that I was definitely going to make a change, ate everything in my fridge that was fattening, which I don't suggest doing, because I did that so many times. I was like, right, I'm going to eat everything fattening just to get rid of it, because I know if I chuck it out, I'm going to feel guilty about chucking it out. So I'm going to have to eat it. So I would eat it all, then be like, right, diet starts tomorrow. But then I'd have no food in, couldn't be asked to go to the shop, and I'd end up ordering a takeaway. So don't even do that, because like, you do need a treat sometimes. So you can just like stay off the fat all week and then have one day where you just like proper rock it. That's what I used to do, and it still used to work, just a cheat day in the week. But I always made sure that I had lots of frozen vegetables in. I've just got some spinach here and some green beans, just to chuck them in a pan, just boil them up, and they go nice with like whatever you're having. Do recommend frozen vegetables, because I bought so many fresh vegetables and just filled my fridge up with fresh vegetables, and they all ended up going off, so I ended up just wasting money on that. So I do recommend frozen vegetables, although not probably the best. Like, if you know you're going to eat them and you want to do that, then that's the best for you. Like, I'm just giving a guideline, of a vague idea of what you could eat, if that makes sense. Also, for snacks and like in between meals, I would always have a lot of fruit around, just like apples and pineapples and things like that, like just fruits. Why didn't I just say fruits? Apples, pineapples, bananas are good, and any type of fruit that you like. Also, while we're on the subject of fruit, let me just add that there are actually some fruits which are minor sins. You know, I was talking about the fact that like on Slim & World, some foods have no sins. Well, some fruits have minor sins because they are super fruits, such as raspberries. That means that they like speed up your indigestion and speed up the fat burn. You know how people take like raspberry ketones and stuff like that. Just a thing of raspberries, like a tray of raspberries from the supermarket, I used to munch them, and they help. So if you just like look up what berries and superfruits and things are, but be careful what you're searching, because there's a lot of like articles where it's like, we found fucking this magical fruit that's gonna make you lose like 5 stone in a week or something. That's never true. Like, you don't lose weight that fast. I know I lost it fast, but that's because I was like so obsessed with losing the weight. Mainly because when I got really big, I started to notice like stretch marks and stuff, and I just hated the idea of these stretch marks being on me. And I wanted to like build muscle and start the gym and stuff, but I thought I want to lose as much weight as I can before I do that, because if I start gaining muscle while I'm this big, I will like get more stretch marks and stuff. So I just lost a lot of weight before I started the gym, so I just wanted to get it off as fast as possible. And like I said, like when I put my mind to something, it's fucking crazy. Like, I surprised myself at how determined I am to do it, and I was like really determined to get this weight off. So that's how I lost it so fast. So that's what I would typically eat to lose weight, and I do still eat some of these things now, but since I'm like so active now, I don't have to be so strict on my diet as I used to be. I just let myself have a treat every now and again, but I do still need to like watch what I'm eating and stuff. You'd think that being born with like that metabolism where I could just eat whatever I wanted and then not put any weight on, to then like putting a bit of weight on and then losing the weight dead fast, you'd think my metabolism would be the same afterwards. But with all the fad diets and things that I tried, it actually like fucked up my metabolism a little bit. So I still have to watch my weight now. I'm getting really lost off now. I can't really remember what I've mentioned and what I haven't mentioned. Yeah, that was basically the staple of my diet. A few other things that I will mention. I never calorie counted while I was losing weight. It is such a ball ache. Like, I just didn't have the time or the patience to do that. So I just ate foods that I knew would help me lose weight and that I knew was okay for me. Also, working out. I know a lot of people think about it and think, shit, I'm gonna have to have like a wicked gym routine. I'm gonna have to have a gym in my house. I'm gonna have to have a personal trainer. But when I was losing weight, I didn't have to do any of that. I just worked out in the house on Wii Fit or something like that. If you haven't got Wii Fit, I used to do workout DVDs sometimes. Even old-fashioned ones are good, because I've got one from the 80s. I remember the guy doing it was doing all this stuff, and I was like following him to an exact, I was mirroring him exactly, and I was absolutely dripping with sweat. And then after like 10 minutes he was like, okay, that's the warm up over, let's get on with the proper workout. And I was like, fuck that. Or even just going on YouTube and searching for like a bit of yoga or something, because yoga, although it's just like stretching and that, I've tried yoga myself, and some of the poses, like you'll be holding it and although it feels like you're not doing anything, you're just like straining yourself. You're like holding that position and your muscles are working and the sweat is like dripping off you. So yoga's good as well. I see a lot of people at the gym nowadays and they'll just be walking at like a normal pace on the treadmill, and the treadmill's like just like at like a flat level, like a low incline, like no incline on it. And I just think like that's not doing very much. Like, I'm not a judgmental person at the gym, but I used to do that when I first started the gym until someone told me that was doing nothing for me. So if you do have a treadmill and you do go to the gym, just know that when you're doing a bit of cardio, the incline is more important than the speed that you're doing. Because like if you're on an incline, you're walking like up a hill constantly. And also on the cross trainer, the incline, like put it all the way up rather than go fast, and that just like works your muscles and burns the fat off and stuff. So yeah, I think this is my best advice. But thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful or inspirational or anything. Like I said in the start, I love people of all different sizes. I just felt like me at the time didn't feel confident. I just nearly slipped and broke my neck. But yeah, thank you for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.